okay, I just need lunch because I still have my beef and broccoli stir fry left. Whoops, so tonight I don't have to cook dinner. I just want to make a tasty little lunch. And I'm excited because I'm going to make some pizza pockets. You know how you buy them? I'm sure you could freeze them. These will be better than the ones you buy. What happened was I got the good recipe for, so see my bacon fat? I'm conserving all of my money until the end of the year. When I see the coast, I have some onions. When I see the coast is clear, then I will consider spending some money, but not until. Forget it. I think it would be a big mistake. Crushed red pepper or Tabasco would be good too. And pepper, and I'll put the salt on later. So what's going to be good about this is it's going to be another one of those quick meals. I'm not saying 10 minutes because I want to do a couple other things at the same time. So that bogs my timing down. So what I have is some spaghetti sauce. So I want to make a filling for my pizza pockets. And then with the rest of this, I'll just be having spaghetti or some kind of, lasagna or some meatball sandwiches or something. I'll let you know when I know. So I want to cook that for a minute. If your filling's good, it's going to be good. Okay, so I hope everyone is being okay, is doing okay. Out here, everything seems okay, but my common sense tells me it can't be because so many people are out of work. So I have some of my mint tea, iced tea left. So I'm going with the common sense. I'm not going with what the news tells me or the guy down the street tells me. I'm going with, oh no, a massive amount of people are out of work. That can't be good type thing. Okay, so now, all right. I have 2 channels for you guys to check out. Homestead Tessie Mobile Home Living. And it's got to do with gardening. So maybe like if you're a city dweller like I am. And also I hate to get my hands dirty. So I don't get them dirty. Okay, Poverty Princess sprouted some lemons, little lemon trees. And so I've been saving all of my seeds. I think that's apple. I mean, from now on, save all of your seeds. Because guess what? I used to buy the seeds at Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store. And I can't get any seeds because there ain't any. That's why. That's bad English. Yeah, that's true. But there ain't any. So what I do is I have some plant fertilizer. So what I'm doing is from now on, probably the rest of my life, because I've been traumatized with this no toilet paper stuff. I mean, honestly, did you ever think you were going to go to the store and there was going to be no toilet paper in your life? Well, guess what? It happened! And I learned this from Homestead Tessie Mobile Home Living. Press your soil down a little bit. I didn't know that. And it doesn't take long to sprout. And you saw my pitiful, I save all my bottled water, like if there's a little bit left, and I water my plants with it. I learned that in the beauty shop. When the customers wouldn't drink, here's some little unknown type plants. So there's a lot of plants in there, and I don't have the best skills repotting, so what I do is I just put them, just like I did those seeds, seeds in some dirt and they seem to survive. Okay, so last night I made some fry pies. And what I noticed is the bread is really, really good. Really good. And I thought, wow, you know, you could put anything in it. And I'm thinking, wow, what could I put in it? Okay, so I'm making half a batch because this is just for my lunch, and I bought this for $1. And I'm doing it this time on a cookie sheet because then I won't have a big fat mess. So I'm making half a batch. This would be a half cup oil and a 1/3 cup milk. And then I'm keeping now this is good because the baking soda is supposed to be good for fighting the COVID. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt if that was a vaccine or something. At this point, there's not much I wouldn't doubt. Where's my salt? This is super easy. That way you don't get a big bite of baking soda or baking powder if you were using that. And what's good about this is, what if there is no yeast? What are you supposed to do? Go without sandwiches? No, you're just going to make some fry bread. So last night I put a little less than a cup, and that worked out good. So I'm going to make a little dough. I usually use the well method, bread and everything. I mean, that's the way my grandmother did it. And it always worked for them down through the generations, the well method. So, hey, if I got too much, I could always add a little bit more milk. Or, you know, I'm sure you can use water. I don't see why you couldn't. I think it was a little too much flour, but that's okay. I will add a little bit of milk as soon as I find it. I'm using powdered milk. What's good about this fry bread is the milk in it is nutritious. And if you use powdered milk, it's cheap. So if you get too much flour, just add a little bit more milk. That's not really desirable, but you know, hey, you might have to if you. This is a strange thing, any kind of cooking. Every batch mixes up a little bit different. Like last night I did this, you know, with the fruit filling. That was really good too. That's how I discovered this was a better fry bread. It's got a lot of oil. It's not that cheap. You want to stockpile shortening and oil now, like a lot, because now Crisco is up to $12. I mean, $5 something for 3 pounds, and things could get a lot worse than that. I used to buy lard instead. Lard is a good deal because it's really you don't need lard. Just save all your grease, like I do. And start, you know, saving your resources. So this is going to be, I'm making small ones, but if you had big boys, or, you know, you can make, the small ones are going to fry faster. That's why I'm making the small ones. This time I'm going to do triangles, you know. None of that cutting. That's not efficient. Okay, so now I made a special trip to Walmart. I'm thinking, you know, the Walmart is pretty much, I mean, you know, why fight City Hall, you know? Just go to Walmart. I usually like to buy the meat though at Albertsons. So I want some pretty substantial little pizza pockets. Kids would love this. Teenagers could make this. Anyone could make this. As long as they can fry, you know, without hurting themselves. You can make these and freeze them up, I'm sure. Uh-oh. This could be any kind of cheese you happen to have in the house. Well, Rhoda, you're getting too much filling. No, there's never too much, you guys. This is the perfect amount of filling. These are looking good already. Okay, so now I just want to get the, I just want to seal my pockets up with a fork. You know what we got to do, you guys, is we got to start thinking outside of the box, you know? We got to be thinking, you know, wow, you know, I'm going to trust you, right? The airlines still aren't requiring, they want to do away with the social distancing thing. Oh yeah, and just fly it back in the country again. Gee, I wonder why their stocks aren't doing well. And their stewardess aren't always wearing masks. Now you can't even go in Walmart without a mask, let alone some kind of transatlantic, oh, it's bad, you guys. You can't, if you see places that aren't safe, don't go there. Forget it. It's dangerous. Owie, owie, my grease is hot. And so I'm going to have some tasty pizza pockets here. As soon as I can move my grease. I'm using my Pioneer pan. Now my little Pioneer cast iron skillet is good. I like it. Look at this. Uh-oh, my grease wasn't hot enough. Well, I'll get it hot enough in a minute. I'm going to take it out. That's going to ruin my pizza pocket. Always test your grease. Let that be a lesson to you all. But if you do make some kind of mistake, then take it right out. It'll be okay. Okay, now there's a new thing out there, the Neopore. I go, what? The Neopore are the new poor. Why are the Neopore the Neopore? Well, it's because the Neopore have lost their jobs. And it's in Europe, and what's happening is suddenly people are pushed into poverty because they lost their jobs. And what's happening in these areas that have been rather well off, like Spain, France, Switzerland, and Geneva, now they have these neo-poor people waiting in food lines. Yeah, for free food. In line, long lines. So what we're doing is we're watching these European countries for the second wave. But we can also watch them. Economy-wise, because they're a little bit ahead of us, and so it's not looking good. And so, okay, we have this Neo-Poor situation. We have the grand solar minimum in the freezing cold regions, and we have this economic downturn, possibly going into a recession, possibly going into a famine. Now, let's hope not. Let's just go, okay, I'm an optimistic person. It's always been okay. It's always going to be okay. Okay, I hope so, and basically, I kind of think so. It might just be one of these downturns, you know, that we have every few years, making all the poor people suffer. Here's the bread that I love. You can stuff this with anything. Cabbage and hamburger and onion would be good. Pepperoni and cheese would be good. Ham and cheese would be good. You know, whatever you have, really. Okay, now let me flip them. They look like they're just about ready. Ooh, yummy. Let's flip it. Look at that, you guys. Made at home. No germs, no bacteria. Now out here it's, ooh, yummy. It's loosening up a little bit, and you see how this is done in minutes, and you can kind of eat out again. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, here's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're going to do. Okay, I think everything is going to be okay. But in the meantime, I will be doing everything I possibly can. Ooh, yummy. To make sure that it is. Okay, one of these is more. I think this one on this side needs a little bit more. So I'm going back to work because now I think I can go back to work safely. And I'm going to be doing the eBay. So if you are out of work, say to yourself, I think the prudent thing to do would create my own job. Even if I have a job, I need a side job that is created by me. Even the swap meet. Ooh, yummy. Oh, these are too hot to move. You didn't see that. Look, I don't want to really eat any more grease than I positively have to. Take a look at these. Okay. Now, I got this at 99 cents only, and it's really a nice little assortment of vegetables. So I made myself a tasty little salad. You know, if you find cheap methods of getting by, if depending on how things go, it's going to be better. So I'm eating a lot of balsamic vinegar, so I'll just put some on my vegetables. That'll be good. I like a lot myself. And then I will put a little Parmesan cheese. That is a good combination. So, yes, a meal in minutes and a cheap meal in minutes. Yummy. All right. Now, let me taste this. That wasn't very chef-like how I brought in my grease. Hey, I'm still learning, you guys. Cut me some slack. Yeah, well, anybody else knows better than that. That's true, but I didn't eat that grease either, did I? No, life is good. Now, most likely they go, well, the very poor people aren't suffering that much because they're used to being poor. Okay, that's nonsense. Okay, so what they're expecting the poor to do in certain circles is to spend all of their stimulus checks. So if you knew a depression of sorts was coming, would you spend all of your, ooh, yummy, stimulus check? Well, hell no, because, you might go hungry. This looks pretty good. I gotta let it cool just another minute. So that's what because a lot of people think poor people are stupid. That's the underlying thinking I'm thinking. That's not true. How about the neo-poor people? Are they stupid? No, they just can't work. All right, so now I want to talk to you about the Original Heroes Fund, just for a minute. Here's the original one. Testing, contact tracing, relief for renters and homeowners with utilities and rent, small businesses, energy, food banks, elections like a mail-in, postal office broke by the end of September, tax credits for hospitals and medical providers, highway and mass transit, education, that's taken a hit, money for federal state prisons to fight the COVID, like letting all the inmates go. Okay, so now here is one. This is a good one. 2 nights ago at 2 to 3 in the morning, Uber lays off 3,500 workers by phone. And so she didn't want people to hear it through the gossip tank. So she made sure to post it where only insomniacs would see it. So we got our first stimulus check, which they're expecting all the poor people to go. Okay, now the Democrats are trying to push the second stimulus, and it has passed the House of Representatives. Another $1,200 check. House of Representatives, this is the HEROES Act. There is intense opposition by the Republicans. This is $3 trillion, and they're calling it a liberal wish list. This one's funny. Prevent President Trump's signature on the checks. That's intolerable. $1,200 for dependents and up to 3. So basically they would cap it at 6,000, not 600. Money for state, local, tribal U.S. territories. Some of the tribal areas are really, really poverty-stricken, but out here they're very rich. Probably the rich ones will get the money. Federal unemployment lasts it'll end July 31st to January 31st to March. Fund hazard pay for essential workers, and then businesses will get money that retain employees. So that's what's going on with, it's confusing. You go, what's going on? We're going to get another $1,200 stimulus check. Okay, so we don't know what's going to happen with that yet, but it is important kind of to understand what they're actually saying. Okay, so trillions and trillions of dollars should lead to hyperinflation, which should lead to your money buying less goods and services. All right, let's try this. This is the perfect lunch. This is actually much better than a Hot Pocket. I think the smartest thing to do is stockpile food. If you qualify, go to the food banks and pantries. Don't worry about what the other guy is thinking, because believe me, it's not hurting them one bit when you're sitting in your house going without food. Especially if you have children. Especially if you don't have a job right now. So I think one of the all-time not smart things to do would be spend your stimulus check when you could get money, when you could get food at the food bank, because you might not have a job until the end of the year. Why else would they want to give us $1,200, which is nothing? That isn't even going to pay your rent out here. Okay, you guys, so start preparing little by little, 1 or 2 items, a couple of markdown items, find some cheap recipes, and God bless you all.